Chicago State University releases Tinubu'S academic records to Atiku. The much-awaited original documents from CSU have been released. Have been released to Atiku from the Chicago State University. Wow! So this is a groundbreaking discovery or expedition for 2023. Right now, the Atiku lawyers that have received this document are now sorting them out to prepare their filing to the Nigerian Supreme Court, which they have between now and 5th, to do all their filings. So let's dive into the details. The Chicago State University, CSU, has finally released the academic records of President Bola Tinubu to his political opponent Atiku Abubakar in line with an order of a United States court. Atiku, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in Nigeria 25 February 2023 election, had requested the documents to back its allegation of forgery of CSU certificate against Mr. Tinubu. It would mean Mr. Tinubu was not qualified to run for the election, which he won. So if the allegation is successfully proved against him, the university on Monday presented to Atiku's legal team a cache of documents connected to Mr. Tinubu's education at the institution and copies of certificates with redacted names issued to other persons about the same time the Nigerian president finished from the school in 1979. Okay, it also contained Mr. Tinubu's admission records. Oh boy. And a letter dated 27 June 2022 confirming that he attended the university from August 1977 and June 1979, majoring in accounting. The letter said Mr. Tinubu was awarded Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with honors on 22 June 1979. Now, Premium Times reported that the district court in Northern Illinois had, in its judgment delivered on Saturday, given the university up till 12 noon on Monday to deliver the documents to Atiku. The judge, Nancy Maldonado, gave the order after dismissing Mr. Atiku's objection in the judgment. Ms. Maldonado dismissed Mr. Tinubu's objection to the 20th September decision of a magistrate judge of the court, Jeffrey Gilbert. The judge finally affirmed Mr. Gilbert's ruling, ordering the CSU to release Mr. Tinubu's academic records as requested by Atiku. She insisted Atiku had the right to have access to the records. In complying with the court order on Monday, the university produced 4 sets of documents, copies of which went viral online on Monday. Frank Shaibu, a spokesperson to Atiku, confirmed the documents as those received from the university to Premium Times. In a deposition detailing its compliance with the court order, the university confirmed it was able to grant 3 of Atiku's 4 requests. Responding to one of the requests it granted, the university said after diligent search, it was unable to locate and produce 7 different certificates for Bachelor's of Science degree it issued in 1979. Atiku had apparently requested the document to compare and contrast them with the one presented by Mr. Tinubu as his for the 2023 presidential election. Now, the university also handed to Atiku's team documents relating to Mr. Tinubu's and certified by an official of CSU, Jamal C. or a lawyer. Now, the university similarly produced, after diligent search, copies of 3 other diploma certificates issued to other students other than Mr. Tinubu in 1979. Now, this was in response to Atiku's request for true and correct copies of any diplomas issued by CSU other than Mr. Tinubu that contain the same font, seal, signatures, and wording other than the name of the recipient and the specific degree awarded. Atiku sought these documents to compare and contrast them with the one Mr. Tinubu claimed to have obtained on or about 22 June 1979. But the university said it was unable to locate a copy of the Tinubu'S original diploma it prepared for Mr. Tinubu in 1979 as requested by Atiku. This was the kernel of Atiku's request, which is at the heart of the issue. He intends to use the document in his legal challenge of Mr. Tinubu's victory at the 25 February presidential election. The university said it does not, in the ordinary course, keep copies of student diplomas, and after diligent search cannot locate a copy of the original diploma it prepared for Mr. Tinubu in 1979, hence has no document responsive to his request. Oh boy. So Atiku battles with Tinubu continues. Atiku had asked for the document for use in Nigerian court to support his argument that Mr. Tinubu forged the diploma certificate he claimed to have obtained from CSU in 1979 and submitted to Nigeria's electoral body, INEC, for the 2023 presidential election. This, Atiku argued, goes to the root of Mr. Tinubu's qualification to contest the last presidential election. Although Atiku lost his case against Mr. Tinubu at the Presidential Election Petition Court, which delivered his judgment in early September, he hopes to reintroduce the issue backed with the document from the CSU in his appeal, which he is pursuing against the election court decision at the Nigerian Supreme Court. Atiku had told the U.S. District Court that he had up to 5th October to file a document from the CSU against Mr. Tinubu at the Supreme Court in Nigeria. Mr. Tinubu mounted stiff opposition to the release of the documents to Atiku, arguing that the Nigerian election proceedings and the Nigerian court had explicitly rejected the document Atiku sought to obtain and tender in his case aimed at overturning the results of the 25 February presidential election. Mr. Tinubu's second reason was that Atiku's request is unduly intrusive because it allows applicants Atiku to conduct a fishing expedition into intravenous, private, confidential, and protected educational records. Okay. Now, wow. So, dismissing Mr. Tinubu's objection on Saturday, Ms. Maldonado said she was only affirming Atiku's right to have access to the CSU document, not confirming the merit of his allegations against the Nigerian president or his comments on the validity of the country's presidential election. In reaching this conclusion, the court emphasizes that it is expressing no view on the merits of Mr. Abubakar's underlying claims regarding President Tinubu or his graduation from CSU or on the validity of Nigeria's election. Nor is the court taking any position on what any of the documents or testimony from CSU may or may not ultimately show. The court simply finds on the narrow question before it that Mr. Abubakar is entitled to the production of documents and testimony that he seeks from CSU. A summary of the judgment to read in part. Wow. So that is the thing now. The so-called expedition is on. Really on. So now the documents have been given to Atiku. So the question now is, how do we know the content? How do we know whether what Atiku is looking for, that they are in that document? That is a big question we need to know. Okay, there are people already making some comments here, even without going through everything inside those documents. Okay, somebody said the criminal is being apprehended red-handed, heading to prison for forgery. Can you imagine? People are already making judgment. The Atiku's lawyer will need to x-ray those documents and extract the information they needed to extract, and then to file the right to file the right document into the Supreme Court ahead of Supreme Court hearing. So someone say, who is the criminal? A generation that lacks respect for elder. I will see their end. This one now, they want to turn it now to tribal something, because that is what people always do. Rather than doing the needful, they will turn it to tribe. The comment here, now I see how half-baked some people are claiming, to have education. You did not bother to read the document. From the name of the critics, I can see a high level of hatred. My advice for this nation is to be safe for our unborn children. The Hausas and the Yorubas should allow the Igbos to go and form their Biafra. I observe how pessimistic they have been since Buhari was the president. They blackmailed him through. I support the exit of the Igbos from the Nigerian project. I can see future terrorism in them. Can you imagine? So this one has turned it to Igbo stuff. But I think it's just not Igbo. And people should wait for the document to be properly x-rayed. Okay? That is it. So some say the most important question is if Tinubu submitted the certificate that is forged to INEC or not. That is what somebody is saying. Somebody say, no, sir. Tinubu that attended the university is a female. Can you imagine? So it's going to be a very serious one. I saw all the comments here, and they are all videos. They have turned it to tribe something. Someone say, no, there are some statements here that should not be read. Those papers are not Tinubu's certificates. They are only copies of samples of the university certificates. Okay? Did Mr. Tinubu attend the university? It's a question they need to find out. His education more than you. Kaima is educated more than you. They're already turning it again to warfare. So the fact here remains that by the end of today or so, we will get more details about this result. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.